Paul here. Today I'm going to teach you guys a strategy to where there's two sets of moving averages, and I'm going to teach you how to look at these moving averages to find the best trades. Now this is two sets. It works the best in longer time frames, so you can find this on the 6 hour and the 1 hour and the 2 hour, but the smaller you go in time frames, it gets kind of, you might find a lot more of those consolidation zones. So it works the best in longer time frames, but the disadvantage to this strategy is if you do find it on a longer time frame, it's going to take a while to find it. So if you want to do this on an intraday level, I do it either on the hour, or the smallest one I would probably do this one will be a 15-minute. But we have to, there's two sets of moving averages we focus on with the strategy. That's the 90-95, which I've talked about a lot. It's a support line. It shows you the major support line. And then there's the 20-25. So we look at these two moving averages and we find out the right moments to get in the trade. Today I'm going to go over this with the stock market, and I'll show you how to use it to find some pretty good results. Okay, so to set this up, you're going to need 5 indicators. So you're going to need 4 moving averages and the relative strength index for this to work. And first, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at this on a longer time frame. Let's go look at the day. Now remember, when you find this, it's going to take a while for to find a signal. If you don't find it on the longer time frame, you go down more on the time frames. So to set this up, first you're going to need to have, now I use Ghost Market Pro for this first batch. It saves on my my indicators, but you basically need your 90 and your 95. I have this in one indicator. It's part of a paid indicator that I paid for a while back. If you guys want to get Ghost Market Pro, I've made videos on it, so definitely check that out if you guys want to know more about Ghost Market Pro. But I mainly use it to put the 90-95 in one indicator to save space. But if you didn't have Ghost Market Pro, you basically would have to have 2 indicators. You would have to go here to, you go to your favorites, you have to go to CM EMA trend bars, and you would put in 90-95. You want 90-95 to be color coded so that you can get a good idea of what the direction is doing. So the 90-95, the requirement I would recommend is having it be CM EMA trend bars, because those are color coded. The next one, if you go to your 3 smooth moving averages, and you can have it all condensed down so it doesn't take as much space. But for the 3 smooth moving averages, you want to check off the last one. You want to keep them bright colors, and you want to have 20 and 25 for that one. And then you'll be set up with your 4 moving averages. And like I said, you also need relative strength index for the most part. So the strategy here is you have to, basically the 20-25 has to, if you're looking for a uptrend, the 20-25 has got to cross the 90-95. So the longer you go in time frames, the longer you're going to wait. So we'll look at the day here, and you see the good idea of getting in. And we'll see right here at this spot. Now, we'll go in smaller time frames too as well. But basically you see the 20-25 crosses right here, and this would be your entry point. So basically you can ride this entire thing out, and as long as the line stays above the 90-95, you should be good with your trades. So the longer you go in the time frame, the better. And you see it pulling back. You see from the day, you could see that the smallest it will come down will be at the top of this part right here. At the most is how much it will come down. So you can get out any time you want, but basically if you did find this on the day, which you do you would have to wait for a very long time for this, but you can ride this out for as long as you want, and you'd be in some pretty good profit. That's doing it on the day, and you basically can get out. Now, if you look at your RSI, let's just say you enter it at this point right here, because you see the 2025 crossing. You can get out when the RSI starts touching the yellow with the relative strength index. So you can get out right about here. So you see it with the RSI. So right about here, you would enter right about, it crosses right about here, and you exit when it touches the line with the RSI, which is right about here. So this is 21 days, and you would have made $2,000. So in between everything, let's just say you missed this cross right here. So you would look at your relative strength index, and you would, since you know the direction is up because the 2025 is above the 9095, you look at your RSI and you look for all the moments where it looks like it's about to cross back up, and you can get in right here for a scalp. So you can get in here. You see a moment right here. So this would have been 13 days. You would have made 1,720. You see it happen right here for a moment. Could have come in right about here, and you rode that out for a couple of days. You would have made 1,300, and you could continue on every time. As long as it's above the 9095, you're good to go. So right here was a little of a dip, but then it comes back through it again right here, and you could have rode it from like here all the way up to here, and you would have made, well, like $2,600 right there. So let's go down in the time frames, because to find that moment, to find that first cross. So right now where it stands is we're still in an uptrend. The 2025 is still above it. So if anybody wants to use this strategy, you would wait for the RSI to come down a little bit and then push right back up through it. So real quickly, let's just look at these at smaller time frames. Let's go look at a 6 hour. Now, the longer time frames, you're going to have to wait a while. So where it crosses is right here. Crosses right about here, so you would just ride it. You could ride it from here all the way to where it touches right about here. So this is 7 days. You made about $1,824. And then you find your moments with the RSI. You see it happen again right here. Right about here. You ride that out. And that's 14 days, about $2,000. You see it again right about here. Ride this one out right about here. And this is about $1,368. You see it happen again right here. Still going up. Right about here. This is 7 days, and you made about $2,000. And then you see it happen again right here. Right here. We rode this out to the top. You would have made $2,000 in 15 days. So, real quickly, that is that's it going up. Let's just show you how to do this with the put. With the put, you want to find a moment where it's going down. So you see the trend. You see the 2025 is crossing right here. So this is your moment of getting in for puts. You can come in right here at this moment right here. Or then you can look at your RSI as well, because you know it's going down. You could get in right about here. You ride that out as a put. And in 12 days, that's about $2,000. So it works the same way going down. That's for doing options. So let's real quickly go down another time frame. Let's go down to a 2 hour. We'll do a 2 hour, 1 hour, and then a 15 minute. So The longer you go in the time frames, the more you're going to have to wait. So we see, let's see, where does it cross? Doesn't cross there. Doesn't really cross there. Crosses right here. So if you came in right here, this is where it crossed. But you would only be getting in right about like here to here. 7 days, you would have made about $1,000. And you see it happen again right here. Now the smaller you go in the time frames, the more choppy it's going to be. So you see it crossing it right about here. Now you would still be in this trade because you see the 90.95 and you see the lines are still above it. So even though it dipped a little bit, you know the trend is still going up. It's right about here to here. This is $2,294 in 8 days. A little choppy there. And then it goes right here. You see it going up. You ride that one out all the way to the top. And that's about $1,459 in 7 days. Here's a good one right here. This might be market open. Not to see right about here. Right about here you get in because you see the line is still above the 90.95. Ride that out. And in 6 days you made about $2,714. So that's a 2 hour. Let's go quickly look at the 1 hour and see how effective this is. Now, the smaller down you go, the choppier it's going to be, so that's why this only works really on the longer time frame. So where does it cross? It crosses right here. So you could enter right here. Right about, I think that's about this candle right here. If you rode that one out till it touches the relative strength index, this is 2 days, you made about 1,642. And it's still above the 90.95, so you know the trend is still going up. So you come in right about here. Even though this might have been a little more of a choppier move, you rode that out. This is 8 days, you would have made $1,268. So that's how you do it, and let's real quickly look at a 15-minute. So the smaller you go in the time frames, the choppier it's going to be, but let's real quickly find the moment where it crossed on the 15-minute. So that was right here. Now, as you can tell, if you look at the RSI, you know that it's more choppy. If you want to do intraday and you want to get daily, so basically from this cross right here, you know that the trend starts going up. But to get in for intraday moves, you only get in and out. Crosses right here, so you would enter right about here. You enter where you exit when it touches the line, right about here. 3 hours, you made 300. So that's the same thing. The trend is going up, so you wait for the RSI to cross with the relative strength index. See another moment right here, right about here. There's a sharp move right here. Now it gets a little bit more riskier when you're doing it on a smaller time frame, but this is $513 right here. You see it crossing up right about here. Ride this one out. This is about $259 in 20 hours. And it crosses again right about here. So you ride it out. This is about almost 2 days, $483. And you see it happen again right here. Right here to here. This is about $362. So that's how you do it. The 15-minute is the smallest time frame I'll do it with this strategy. You can do this for options. You can do this for doing calls. You can do it for puts. You know, find moments where there's big moments for puts, like right here. You see it starts going down. You see the 2025 cross right here. This is a big moment right here. You can catch those moments, and you can also catch with the RSI from here, from like here to here would be a good put moment, but then it starts going back up again, or tries to, but then it comes down again. So it's more riskier on a smaller time frame. That's why I like doing this on a longer time frame. But doing this on a longer time frame, the main disadvantage to this is you'll be waiting longer for the signal on the longer time frame. But anyway, I find the strategy works extremely well. You can do this for options, and you can also do it for moments. You can do it for moments on an asset and finding out when it's going to start going up, and you can come in your trade and exit. Another example of this is something like MicroStrategy, where you can only really profit when it goes up. I mean, you can do options, but it's pretty expensive. So it's the same thing, let's say, with MicroStrategy. See where it crosses. MicroStrategy crosses right here, so it's the same thing. You would see that it crossed right here. And then if you want to do options, you would come in on all the moments where the RSI crosses up. So you can either buy or do options, but options are expensive. So you can ride that move right there. So it works for both, whether you want to buy a stock or do options with it. So anyway, the strategy is pretty easy to understand. You have your two sets of moving averages. You have your 20-25 and your 90-95. The 90-95 is meant to show you the main support line that it's trying to get past, and use the 20-25 to see when it crosses through that 90-95. And the best trades are actually found on the longer time frame. So I recommend doing this on a longer time frame, but that's all up to you guys. Anyway, I do have a Discord where I do post signals. Right now, the Discord is for free, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link below. Other than that, if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.